Hey, this is Dave with the Shepherd School, and I'm out here at Asher Bronner's pawn shop and indoor range doing a gun class. One of the students has one of these fine Taurus 45 Judges. I think they're a really cool gun. I think they're a neat gun, and I've kind of always wanted one. However, get a lot of students or people who maybe they're not students, but they know I'm a firearm instructor, and they ask me what I think about using one of these for self-defense. And I think that if this is the gun that you have, you're definitely not unarmed. I think this is a good gun. However, there are some pros and cons. And there's a difference between features and benefits, right? And then there's a difference between true benefits and perceived benefits. So the main feature of this gun that people like about it is it's very versatile. It shoots both 45 long Colt centerfire ammunition, which is a big heavy projectile, and 410 shot shell ammunition. So you get birdshot, you get buckshot, you get slug. And that gives you a lot of flexibility and versatility. Okay, the problem with that is when you are very versatile, just like me, when you're very versatile, you're not really good at anything. You know, if you have a 410 and it's shooting buckshot, you basically get 3 small 35 caliber projectiles, about 32 caliber projectiles, which is smaller than a 9mm. This is a 5-shot revolver. So if I load this up with buckshot so I get multiple projectiles fired out of the gun, 5 times 3 is 15. I pull this trigger, basically it's like I shot 15 32 caliber bullets at someone. I have a Glock 9mm, it holds 16 rounds. They're faster bullets, they're slightly larger. I get 16, and it's actually smaller than this, and they cost about the same. When you look at terminal ballistics, if you're looking at something for self-defense, you have to function that the ballistics, the energy imparted on the bad guy, is a function of the weight of the projectile and the speed of the projectile. So if you have a big 45 caliber bullet and a smaller 9mm bullet, and they're going the same speed, right, the bigger bullet is going to do more damage. Just like if you get hit by a Mack truck going 65 miles an hour and a Yugo going 65 miles an hour, the Mack truck's going to turn you to pink mist, right? Well, if you have something that's smaller and it's going faster, it's going to actually impart more energy. So if you have a Yugo going 110 miles an hour and a Mack truck going 2 miles an hour, that Yugo is going to turn you into pink mist, right? So when you have something designed for a 410, for a shotgun, it's not going to have as much power, it's not going to have as much velocity. So it's not going to give you the same amount of terminal ballistics. That doesn't mean, though, that this isn't a good gun to have. Personally, in my opinion, I think that it is great as a fisherman's gun. You get it in nickel plate, you get it in stainless, you can throw it in your boat. This is great, probably the best gun out there for shooting snakes, right? Because it's small, it's easily carried, it's relatively accurate, and so, it's great for that. But as far as self-defense, I'd probably go with something that was actually designed for self-defense, notwithstanding all the new fancy ammunition they have out there. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to show you what this looks like compared to a Glock, and then we're going to fire the different kinds of ammunition. Okay, so here's the Judge compared to the Glock 9mm. And if we just lay these things out, we put a muzzle to muzzle, that lets you sort of see how much bigger this Judge is compared to a regular, compact frame 9mm. Okay? Here are some of the different types of rounds. We have a 45 long Colt. Here's a 9mm. When you compare these two, there really is no size comparison between the 45 long Colt and a 9mm. In addition to the 45 long Colt, you can shoot 410 shot shell. You can shoot double-aught buck, which is 3 pellets, and they are a little smaller in diameter than this 9mm. And then they have different types of slugs. And the slugs are just a little bit bigger than the buckshot. I think this is a 1/5 ounce slug, all right? Okay, so we've got the 410 Judge here, and what we're going to do is we're going to shoot at a close-in target and a far-away target using the Buckshot to let you see sort of what'll happen, and then we're going to shoot a 410 Slug and the 45 long Colt. You can see a bunch of extra targets here. We're going to show you the spread pattern using 410 shot shells, but unfortunately I was not prepared, and my shot shells are longer. They're actually too long for this gun, so we can't show you 410 birdshot, only the slugs. So apparently I misspoke. There's 4 double-aught buck shells in that 410 round, and they pattern very nicely at 3 yards. All right, you got a little bit of wad damage, and the powder, the pressure coming out the blast wave ripped the target, but that's a nice grouping, you know, defensively to shoot. However, that's a big spread for 3 yards. Let's see how it opened up farther away. So here's my problem with the Judge or any kind of shot shell pistol for self-defense. At 7 yards, the pattern opened up considerably. Got a shot here, one here in the top of the shoulder, and one down in the leg, which, you know, probably might have hit the femoral artery. So that would probably kill somebody. That would probably kill somebody. But, you know, that's a huge spread just at 7 yards. So this type of gun really isn't best suited using buckshot for defensive purposes unless they're right up, you know, on you. Okay? So now let's look at the difference between the 410 Slug and the 45 long Colt. So let's look at the 2 bullets. We've got a 410 Slug, which is a 1/5 ounce lead slug, semi sort of hollow pointed. It's got a little divot in there. Then we've got a lead brown nose 45 long Colt, which is, you know, peacemaker era. Big, slow, heavy bullet. You know, people that are fond of the 45 ACP because it's big and, you know, massive lead, pretty much like this. So we're going to try these both in the gun, shooting at 7 yards. We're going to shoot the 410 shell first. You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's the first shot, and it was the 410 Slug, and it looks to be a much bigger hole, but I think part of that is because the wad followed it through. And then we have the big 45 long Colt bullet. You know, that's pretty much acceptable accuracy at this distance, but I think I could do a lot better with a gun that's actually designed for the 45 long Colt. But all in all, I think shooting solid projectiles, that this is a pretty capable pistol. It's just my issue if you're carrying it for self-defense, because of the width of the gun, it's pretty hard to conceal, or more hard to conceal than a smaller, you know, say a Glock. And you won't get any speed loaders for this, and you only have 5 shots. So reloading this would be difficult under, you know, speed type conditions. So other than that, you know, I think this is a nice gun. I've enjoyed shooting it, and you know, this came from Veterans Tactical down in Mississippi. So thank you very much.